Life in Roseville seemed brighter for Emma now that she and James were together. The days were filled with laughter and love, and the nights with sweet dreams of their future. Emma's heart was no longer burdened with the weight of unspoken feelings. It was light, joyful, and filled with love. One sunny afternoon, as Emma was arranging books in the library, the doorbell chimed. She looked up and saw a young woman standing hesitantly at the entrance. She had long, dark hair and striking blue eyes that seemed familiar to Emma. "Hello," Emma greeted her with a warm smile. "Can I help you with anything?" The woman smiled back, though there was a hint of sadness in her eyes. "Hi, I'm looking for some books on gardening. Do you have any recommendations?" "Of course," Emma said, leading her to the gardening section. "We have a few great books here. Are you starting a garden?" The woman nodded. "Yes, I just moved to Roseville and thought a garden would make my new place feel more like home." "That's a wonderful idea," Emma said, handing her a couple of books. "Gardening can be very therapeutic. I'm Emma, by the way." The woman took the books and smiled. "Nice to meet you, Emma." "I'm Lily." As they chatted, Emma felt a strange connection with Lily, as if they had met before. But she couldn't place where or when. After helping Lily with her books, Emma returned to her work, her mind still puzzling over the feeling of familiarity. Later that evening, Emma met James at the small cafe they often visited. As they sipped their coffee, Emma recounted her day and mentioned her encounter with Lily. "That's interesting," James said, his brow furrowing slightly. "Lily, you said?" "I don't think I've heard of anyone new moving to Roseville recently." "Yes, she just moved here and wanted to start a garden," Emma replied. There was something about her that felt familiar. James took a sip of his coffee, deep in thought. "Maybe you've met her somewhere before. Roseville is a small town, but we do get visitors from time to time." Emma nodded, though she still felt unsettled. She decided to put it out of her mind and enjoy her evening with James. A few days later, Emma was walking through the town square when she saw Lily again. This time, she was sitting on a bench, looking lost in thought. Emma approached her, sensing that Lily might need someone to talk to. "Hi, Lily," Emma said gently. "How's the gardening coming along?" Lily looked up, her eyes brightening when she saw Emma. "Hi, Emma. The garden is coming along nicely, thanks to your recommendations. Would you like to see it sometime?" "I'd love to," Emma replied with a smile. "Maybe this weekend?" "That sounds perfect," Lily said, her smile returning. As the weekend approached, Emma found herself looking forward to visiting Lily's garden. On Saturday afternoon, she made her way to Lily's house, which was a charming little cottage on the outskirts of town. Lily greeted her warmly and led her to the backyard, where a beautiful garden was already taking shape. Flowers of various colors bloomed, and the sweet scent of roses filled the air. "This is amazing, Lily," Emma said, admiring the garden. "You've done a wonderful job." "Thank you, Emma," Lily replied. "Gardening has been a great way to settle into my new home. It gives me peace and a sense of accomplishment." They spent the afternoon talking and tending to the garden. Emma learned that Lily had moved to Roseville to start anew after a difficult time in her life. She admired Lily's strength and resilience, and they quickly became friends. As the sun began to set, Emma prepared to leave. "Thank you for showing me your garden, Lily. It's beautiful, just like you." Lily blushed and looked down, then met Emma's gaze. "Thank you, Emma. I'm really glad we met." On her way home, Emma couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to Lily's story. She sensed a depth of emotion and a hint of mystery in her new friend. Little did she know, this unexpected encounter with Lily would bring about changes in her life that she could never have anticipated. Over the next few weeks, Emma and Lily grew closer. They spent many afternoons together, sharing stories and gardening tips. Emma found herself deeply caring for Lily, who had a quiet strength and a gentle spirit that reminded Emma of herself. One evening, as Emma and James were enjoying a quiet dinner at Emma's place, she mentioned Lily again. "She's such a lovely person, James," Emma said, her eyes lighting up. "I feel like I've known her forever." James smiled. "I'm glad you've made a new friend, Emma. It's good to see you so happy. I invited her to join us for a walk tomorrow," Emma continued. "I hope you don't mind." "Of course not," James replied. "I'd love to meet her." The next day, Emma, James, and Lily met at the park. It was a perfect day for a walk, with the sun shining and a gentle breeze rustling the leaves. As they strolled along the path, Emma introduced James to Lily. "Lily, this is James," Emma said, smiling. "James, this is Lily." James extended his hand, and Lily shook it warmly. "Nice to meet you, James," she said. "And you as well, Lily," James replied. "Emma has told me a lot about you." As they walked and talked, Emma noticed that James and Lily seemed to get along well. She was happy to see her boyfriend and her new friend connecting. After their walk, they sat down on a bench near the pond. The conversation turned to Lily's past, and she opened up about her life before moving to Roseville. "I used to live in a big city," Lily began, her voice soft. "I had a good job, a nice apartment, and a lot of friends. But I felt empty. There was something missing in my life." Emma listened intently, sensing that Lily was about to reveal something important. "Then, a few years ago, I met someone," Lily continued. "His name was Mark. He was kind, funny, and we fell in love quickly. For a while, everything was perfect. But then he got a job offer in another city, far away. I couldn't leave my job and my life behind, so we decided to try a long-distance relationship." Lily's eyes filled with tears. "It was hard. We tried to make it work, but the distance and the loneliness were too much. Eventually, we drifted apart and broke up. I was heartbroken. I couldn't bear to stay in the city with all those memories, so I decided to start fresh here in Roseville." Emma reached out and took Lily's hand. "I'm so sorry, Lily. That must have been incredibly difficult." Lily nodded, wiping away her tears. "It was. But meeting you, Emma, and making new friends has helped me heal." James looked at Lily with empathy. "You're stronger than you realize, Lily. Starting over is never easy, but it sounds like you found a new home here." Lily smiled, her eyes still glistening with tears. "Thank you, James. I feel like I've finally found a place where I belong." As the sun began to set, they walked Lily back to her cottage. Emma hugged her tightly before saying goodbye. "Thank you for sharing your story, Lily," Emma said. "I'm glad you're here in Roseville with us." "Me too, Emma," Lily replied. "Thank you for being such a good friend." As Emma and James walked home, Emma felt a sense of peace. She was grateful for the love she had with James and the friendship she had found in Lily. Life in Roseville was more fulfilling than she had ever imagined. But that night, as she lay in bed, Emma couldn't shake the feeling that Lily's past might not be completely behind her. She wondered if there were more secrets that Lily hadn't shared, and what those secrets might mean for their future. Little did she know, the answers to her questions would come sooner than she expected, leading to events that would test the strength of her relationships and the depth of her heart.